our association, the Wisconsin Guardianship Association, just this last week, and we brought up the issues of where we're seeing things going. I mean, we have quite a few people that came out of the institutions, Northern Center. We have some real high behavioral people. And one house in particular, the house is built for this gentleman.
Yep.
The county paid a huge amount of money.
Yeah, to modify it.
Yes,
right.
to make sure it's a safe house for this gentleman.
Yep.
And they just got a 30% decrease in their rate. And that provider called CHP and they said, can you provide him with the same safe environment that, you know, at this rate as the other rate you were receiving? And of course, they're not going to give up this person. They're attached to him. They've had him for 12 years from Northern Center. And, you know, they're like, well, yeah, we'll keep him safe. And if you can't, then you need to give him 30-day notice.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I guess the question I have for you as guardians is, what are you seeing related to critical incident report practices?
Oh.
I heard a groan. What does that indicate?
We've lots of behaviors. Yeah, yeah. We've had a lot of. I said I've never seen so many people emergency detained. Every time, you know, it's sad. The changes that are taking place, even with the teams. I have people that are in their 5th and 6th team, so they have no consistence. They're detached from the people they're working with, and they don't know who they're working with.
So when you learn of an incident, are you seeing that the incidents are reporting in incident reports that get investigated and dealt with?
I see one in particular, this one house, the incidents are being reported to the CHP people, but it's going into their computer system. It doesn't affect them. They're not seen.
They don't do investigations.
No,
they don't look to see the cause of these things. They don't try to resolve the problems that caused the incident in the first place.
They're detached. I mean, it goes into the computer system there, and they're not. And they do that functional screen. And if they have had only one incident in such a period of time, the last 3 months, then, you know, it changes on that screen. They're constantly redoing that screen. They don't want to look at history. Christmas is a bad time.
Yep.
We historically have a lot of problems during Christmas, but it hasn't happened in the last 6 months, so let's drop that rate.
Right.
I mean, drop that off that screen. And you're like, no, you can't, because we're going to be right back there.
Well, I appreciate your information. I think there's a few other individuals.
And I got to piggyback off of that.
Okay, go ahead.
And that is, the worst decisions get made where it's possible for a person to flop from one system into another. And so, what you're describing is, here's our DD system now, which is CHP. That's our long-term care system. If the services there aren't sufficient, where do they go? They go into the 51 system, which is still a county responsibility.
Yes.
And we don't, the psychiatric hospitalization, all kinds of other stuff, all kinds of other costs there.
Yeah, huge.
That's money saved by CHP. And by the way, if the person's in the Chapter 51 system for a couple of weeks, CHP doesn't give back 2 weeks worth of money to the state. So, you know.
Yeah, I mean, and you're seeing this.